everyone, it is Eunagina here and welcome to this little starter house speed build. So today I'm going to be building a very modern starter, and I have to say I actually really love this build. For a starter, I feel like it is really fancy. So the thing with starters is that it's so easy to make them very bland and not very interesting. And I think this is actually one of the best ones I've done because I feel like it looks relatively fancy inside, despite the fact that the budget is so low. I have tried to use the best possible furniture. It is also a rather sizable house. It is 2 bedrooms, by the way, so you can have a couple and a child living here. The child bedroom is not very big, but it is there, so there is room for a child to be here, guys. So if you want to start a family, or if you want to start out with a child in your family, then you can absolutely do that. I am fiddling around quite a bit with the shape of the house in the beginning, or not really the shape, but I do some roofing stuff and try out some different things. But as always, I do change up a lot as I go along, so don't get put off or something if you see something you don't like, because I change up a lot of things all of the time. But anyways, yeah. So this is like a family house, and I don't know, I've just made it really super modern inside, and I've used mostly like a very sort of sleek black, grey, white color scheme mixed with a bit of salmon color. So I think it looks really nice. I actually really like it. And I do some roof working here. Actually, my thought with the roof here was that it was supposed to look like grass, and I also put some greenery on top. Don't worry, I'm getting rid of that. I'm also going to put some greenery on top, and then I will eventually delete it again, because I do have a very small budget, so I really couldn't just stick with so much greenery on the roof, because I needed the money for inside, because I really wanted the inside to have nice furniture. So I'm going with this roof that I put in here instead of the curved roof. I put like a sloped roof up against the back wall, which I actually think was kind of cool. It gives the house like a fun shape from the side, instead of just the sort of very square shape. So I think that was a very nice little idea. And also then I ended up, because I had put windows there, and then I just took those away, because then there was a roof instead, which was kind of good because I needed the money for something else. So there's quite a lot of windows in the front of the house, as you can see. So I think it's a good idea, or a good thing, that I went ahead and deleted some of the windows on that side. So as you can see here, I'm just putting in a bunch of greenery, and I am going to delete every single thing. Unfortunately, I mean, I liked the idea, but also, like, even if I had kept it, the thing is I didn't like it that much, because I feel like if you have greenery on your roof, you need to do it like really well with a lot of greenery, and if I had to use a lot of greenery, there was no way that I would ever be able to afford it for a starter house. So I think it's okay that I ended up deleting it. I'm not too fond of it, to be quite honest, but I do keep the green roof, just because, I don't know, I just sort of liked it, I think. And it is still supposed to look like it's sort of some grass or something on the top, so that is what I was going for. And for some reason, the walls from the roof is entering like the house here, as you can see, so it's not actually the house walls. So whatever paint that I use on the wall, on the roof, will also be the paint that I have inside the house. If you can understand what I'm saying, you can probably see what I'm saying. So I was just sort of trying a bunch of different things to make that work out for me in a way that sort of felt nice. And I'm also using this new lovely flooring. Was that from City Living, or where was it from? The one that was meant for basketball courts. It's quite shiny, and I thought that was very nice to create that modern, lovely, sleek look. I actually really think this house looks relatively inexpensive. No, not inexpensive, I meant expensive on the inside, considering the budget. I'm just really surprised by that. I mean, but that's good. That's good. I'm really happy with it. It's definitely one of my favorite starters I've ever done, I think. So of course I am using the very, very cheap appliances because there is no way that I could afford anything more than that, because I'm not using the cheapest of anything else than that. As you can see, I'm also using some more expensive counters and also some more expensive cabinets. It's a miracle I even have cabinets, so that's pretty good. So I don't know, I'm so happy with it. So happy with it, guys. I hope you like it too, so it's not just me who's sitting here being really impressed with with my own build and you're like, nah. Well, let me know what you think about it, even if you don't like it. That's okay, I guess. That's okay. These bookshelves I'm putting in right here, not these ones, but the ones I put in before. We'll get to them now. These ones are the ones that fit the best right here, but the problem is they cost like, I think, 960 simoleons each. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to go with it. I'll go with it because they fit very, very neatly inside that little nook there. But yeah, they're too expensive. So I had to use some other bookshelves, and I do. And those chairs are way too much, so I do try some different stuff. But I actually ended up using those chairs again, even though they kind of have that cheap look to it. I think I did a little bit with the color scheme to make it look as if they're not as cheap. Like this, just making one of them tie in with the salmon theme of the house. So I think that actually looks pretty okay, and it makes it look a little bit like it is more sort of designer-ish than they actually are, because they are supposed to be these sort of very cheap plastic chairs. But I think I managed to make it look like it wasn't all that cheap, so I'm very happy with that. I have to delete that ottoman back there, or that cushion, because that is too expensive. Also the chair, actually, I really love that city living chair. It's 400 and something simoleons, so I had to get rid of that. And I also just sized up the cheapest flat screen TV there is, so that it looks nice and big, as if you have a massive TV, which is cool. I love that. Like, it looks like you have a really big TV, and in reality you have like almost the cheapest TV there is, except for the little box, and then another little box that is also there. It's the cheapest flat screen that's there, so I'm pretty happy with that. And if you size it up, I think it looks like it is a more expensive TV, so that's all good. That's all good. And yeah, and then actually the coffee tables were way too expensive. So I actually used this little table from Miscellaneous. I think it looks okay. I actually didn't like that it was a two-tiled table either when I tried the coffee tables. So I'm actually okay with that table that I ended up choosing there. I have to say, like, the living room, and the dining room and the kitchen are the places that look the nicest. I also like the master bedroom, but it is a little more scarce here on the first floor, especially the children's room. I have to admit that one is it is a little bit sad. I really didn't have much money left, so the poor child does not have that much to begin with. But to be honest, like, when you move in, I already ran out of money there. I was trying to make a wall to get a room for the child, but I ran out of money. So now I am going around selling as many things I can and replacing those bookshelves with these bookshelves, which is not as great in my opinion, but they will do, I guess. And I also forgot a sink, so I'm just chucking that right in there. But yeah, the children's bedroom is a little bit scarce, I have to admit that, and I'm also using these doors, which are not very modern, but the actual modern doors are way too expensive. I couldn't afford them, so I had to go with these. But anyways, as I was saying, when you buy this house, I am sure you're probably going to get a job relatively soon, and then you will earn some simoleons, and maybe if you feel like the children's room is a little bit too scarce, you can start out by just buying some toys for the poor child. Until then, maybe just take them to like a playground or something, I guess. So I just thought at least there's room for the child. Like, the most important two things to put in a bedroom is a bed and a wardrobe, and there is that. There is that in the children's bedroom, and then there's also like a stuffed animal that they can play with, so that's all good. At least I have something. I was considering whether I should make it a toddler room or if I should make it a children's room. I wasn't really sure, but I made it a children's room because toddlers, I think, need a lot more things. They have more requirements, like the potty, and I don't know, they just need more things. So I didn't want to make a toddler room. So I also had to change up all the lights. I do not like these lights as much. I actually don't like them at all, really. To be quite honest, I don't like them. But they cost significantly less than the lights that I was using to begin with, which are probably like my go-to modern lights, just like normal regular lights. To light up the place. They're also quite bright, but they were too expensive. They were like 150 simoleons per piece, and these ones, I don't remember how much, but they were under 100, I think. So yes. And I also liked sizing up the bubble rug in the sort of hallway or the landing where the staircase comes up. Sizing that one up and then using it in the nice grey and black and white tones looks pretty good, I think. So right now what I'm actually doing is that I'm changing all the wallpaper. The wallpaper I had already used, the white wallpaper I had already used, was 4 simoleons a piece. This one that I just changed it to on the inside was 2 simoleons a piece, so I saved a little bit of money. And this wallpaper as well, I'm changing from a 4 simoleon one to a 2 simoleon one. So I'm really just taking all the money I can from all the places I can without reducing the looks or the quality of the building. Actually, on the outside, I felt like it was looking still a little bit bland, so at the very end of the build, I change up the wallpaper, the sort of brownish wallpaper on the building. So if you don't like that, that's fine, it's going away. And another thing that I did at the very end of the build, after I had done recording, it was actually while I was taking screenshots of the living space. I felt like the wall was really boring. It was just blank white. It was a very, very big blank white wall. I would have probably liked to hang a picture there, but I did not have money for a picture. I guess you will have to, or a painting or something like that. I guess you'll just have to figure something out once you get a little bit of money in. But what I did was that I actually used the salmon wallpaper to do a little bit of wall art on that particular wall. And now I am making this side of the house slightly smaller. Also to save some money. So yeah. So I'm really doing every single thing I can to save. But I think it turned out so nice in the end. And that red mirror right there that I put in the master bedroom at the end really helped, I felt, because it was very grey and very black and all that. So it really helped to just put one red mirror in there, and that just sort of made it look a little bit more nice. So yeah. I think we are almost done with the inside of the house, and then I am also going to spend my last tiny bit of simoleons on some landscaping. I am going to do everything in my power to make this landscaping look as good as it can for 101 simoleons. Not a lot of plants are cheap enough for me to buy them, but I did get a few plants and trees in to make it look a little bit nicer, and then of course using terrain paint, because terrain paint really does it. That tree is nice and cheap, and I just sized it up so it looks a little bit more like a nice sizable tree, and also sizing up those flowers to make them look a little bit more interesting. And also I could afford a palm tree, which is good stuff. Good stuff. And then just putting in some dirt and a lot of different types of grasses to blend in the terrain a little bit, to make the terrain look nicer, even though there really isn't all that much on it, admittedly. But I am trying to make it look as nice as possible without that many things actually being in there. I think I don't remember what I end up doing. Oh yeah, I actually had more money in the budget. I tried looking at my budget and seeing what I had by saving to the gallery and seeing how much it cost. It still cost below 20,000, so I just gave myself 80 more simoleons to buy those 2 chairs, because those 2 chairs cost 40 each, and I wanted just some outside sitting area. And I don't know, I think it's pretty cute with those little flowers and then the mailbox and the little trash can there. And I think it's okay. Like for such a scarce budget, I think it's pretty decent in it. So yeah, that's what I did with the front of the house. I started, or not the front of the house, I changed the wallpaper, as you can see. So it's actually looking a little more bright now. I like that better. I like a little bit of color. So that's the outside little sitting area, which I think is nice. I mean, it doesn't have a table or anything, but it's there at least. You can sit and enjoy the weather if it's good weather outside. It's all good. And that's the kitchen, and that's the dining area. I think I actually really like the dining area, even though it's cheap plastic chairs. And that you can see that I changed up the walls a little bit there in that picture. And that's just the bathroom, and then a children's bedroom and a master bedroom is coming up. So anyways, guys, that is it for today. So I hope you liked this build. I really liked it, so I hope you did too. Let me know in the comments what do you think of it. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed my content, remember to like my video and also comment down below. As always, I just love hearing from you guys, so I just want to encourage you every single time to please comment, because I just love talking to you guys. It's so amazing. And also, if you are new to my channel and you like this video and my content, please subscribe, because it helps me out a lot. I am a small channel and I really want to grow. I put out daily content all the time, as much as I can, even sometimes 2 videos a day. So I really hope you want to stay here and see a few more videos. But anyways, have a really great day and see you soon.